Hey crew, welcome back to my renovation here on Iris Street. If you're just joining us for the first time, my name's Adam, and this is the 88th week. It's the 4th of July this week, which means my buddy Mike is going to be down from Fort Collins hanging out with me in Brush, an annual tradition. But since he's down, we kick off the week with a little bit of running, and then he helps me replace some drywall in the bathrooms. In particular, the drywall I installed, which is in-block moisture and mold resistant drywall, is not allowed around bathtubs and shower pans, so we have to rip that out and replace it with cement board. Let's see it. I start the week off with a big run. Joe and I decide to tackle something called the Skyline Traverse. It starts in South Boulder and finishes in North Boulder at Sanitas. It's just over 20 miles and it racks up about 6,500 feet of verticals. This is a great training run for September ultramarathon because it's close, has a lot of miles, and a lot of vertical feet. We summit 4 or 5 different mountains and there's some really good views. Really hot this day, but just a good day for running. Turns out, I failed my drywall inspection. All this blue in-block board behind the bathtubs and the shower apparently needs to be cement board, so I'm going to cut this out and replace it with cement board. Interestingly, cutting the cement board is just as easy as cutting drywall. You use a razor knife, score it, snap it, and yeah, it cuts a little bit more messily, but cuts just fine with a razor knife. I was worried I'd have to get some kind of saw out, but after watching some videos online, saw people just cutting it with razor blades, and I'm glad I did it that way. It keeps the dust down. Yeah, you go through a few blades, but cuts super easy, and thanks to Mike, I was able to hang these sheets. Now that the bathtub was done, I could replace the in-block drywall in the shower area. I was actually able to fix a mistake I made. I centered the shower valve and head against the drain, but that wasn't the actual center of the pan. So I was able to move this thing over to the right just a few inches, and it's going to be centered, which I was going to live with the uncentered version, but since I'm taking the drywall off, just as well make things perfect. So I'm doing that. Got the valve centered, center up the head, and then I'll be able to hang the sheets tomorrow. Before installing these sheets, I decided it would be a good idea to put some blocking behind them at the bottoms. That way you're not going to accidentally kick it and push through the cement board. Probably wouldn't be a problem with tile, but hey, when you've got it out, just as well put in that extra blocking. And thanks to Mike, I was able to get these big sheets in there. They're actually a little bit trickier than regular drywall because they're super flimsy, and as a result, it's easy for them to want to wilt over and snap. But like I said, thanks to Mike, I had all the hands I needed and we got these up in quick order. On the 3rd of July, Mike and I went out to Brush to enjoy some 4th of July festivities. My niece participated in this balloon catching contest at the rodeo, and we just had a good time hanging out. My sister took this one, but I had to include it because of Willow's hilarious face. My 4th of July pictures are pretty bad. I start the day with a 9-mile run around my parents' block and get that in before the parade, which I took no pictures of, but I got one of my sister's nice mean cat, Pumpkin. And then in the evening, we went over to my friend's parents' house, the Nichols, and had some good food with them and watched the fireworks from their place, which again, no pictures of the fireworks, but here's Lila playing with some glow sticks. And just like that, the 4th of July is over. I end the week by clearing out some overgrowth in my backyard. My neighbors and I are going to replace this fence soon, and since I'll have a skip coming for drywall scraps, it makes sense to get that ready.